Hi everyone, this is Shantae, aka Shanteezy on Twitter and Instagram, or just simply just Shantae. So welcome to hashtag Shantae's Analysis. I'm back. It's been I don't know how many days since I've been, doing the live stream on my restream, but it's been a while. It's been a while. So I'm happy just to be back on the platform for a while. It's been pretty busy. Working has been pretty busy. Helping somebody with their doctor's of ministry project has been busy. Also enrolling back into the semester is going to be pretty busy. The semester starts this Friday. So it is crazy, but I am happy that I am here. And I am going to start off with the coronavirus because we're still in the midst of a pandemic. We're almost 11 months in. And by March, will be a year in since it's been declared as a national emergency. So I would like to share my screen with you all in terms of this virus, just to get it under control. Um, let me see if I can share it. Let me see. Hopefully you can share. Wait, hold up. Sorry. Gonna share. I'm gonna share the audio, and then I'm gonna share the screen. And here we go. Wait, let's try that again. I'm going to share this part right here. So here we are. We have 100,000 confirmed cases around the world in 191 countries. If you see this, 100,243. No, 100,243. So we have 100 million. So sorry for the mix-up. 100,243,101 cases of COVID. The global death toll is 2,156,850. The U.S. confirmed cases, 25 million. 25 million people. 437,228. I know there's a lot of numbers, so I'm sorry for the mix-up, but there's a lot of numbers I have to say. Bear with me. U.S. death toll, I said we was near 430, and we are 425,062. We've been getting about 3,000 to 4,000 deaths per day, and we have two strains of COVID. It's the Brazilian COVID we just found out from, according to NBC News, and of course we have the UK strand. And just to keep in mind, if you live on the East Coast, especially New York, New Jersey, Boston, down to, I guess, I can say Florida, even though Florida did it today. So you got the European strand. There is no quote-unquote China virus. And as a new confirmed cases, we have 151,126. So that was one tab I shared, and I'm going to share another tab with you all. And it is this tab right here. So let's scroll down. As you can see, if you see this map, you see this map right here. It's a lot. Of course, look at South Carolina, though, and North Carolina. Jesus Christ. This is their trend. This is the trend that's going on over here. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. And then you see Florida, Miami, it's looking crazy. Look at the West Coast. Crazy, right? Yeah. So I'm scrolling down further and further. So here we are. Oh, look at Rhode Island. Crazy. So, boom. California, 3,232,536. Texas, 2,288,809. Florida, 1,667,755. New York, my home state, my place of birth, and my current state, 1,358,964. Illinois, 1,111,028. Ohio, 872,918. They are close to the millionth mark. And so as Georgia at 855,488. Pennsylvania, 818,330. Arizona, 734,613. And North Carolina rounds up that top 10 was 730,707. But as you can see, there's some other states. You got Tennessee, 699,570. New Jersey, 671. You have Indiana, 618,037. Keep in mind, the former vice president was the leader of the coronavirus task force, as you can see. Thanks to him. But I'm not surprised because he's mishandled the HIV outbreak in his home state when he was the governor years ago. And then you have places like Massachusetts. You see every state is having a surge in their cases. No states are really low. And as you can see, all states mostly having surges. The only states that you see low and staying low is Hawaii, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands. And the Virgin Islands is low but going up. But everywhere is seeing a surge. So that's that. Oh, you didn't see the map? I'm so sorry. Let me share this map once again. Just let me know if you got it. So this is the map. This is it. This is it. And these are the numbers of cases right here. All of this. So let's view it again. This is how the map looks. So this is how it looks. So this is not good. But there is a national plan. That I feel confident of saying. It's a national plan. The map is not showing up on the screen. I just shared my screen. Hold up. Y'all don't see this map? Y'all see it? Look at this map. All of this. And that's the US. You still don't see it? Well, hopefully you get to see it on the replay. Oh, I gotta fix this. I don't know what the hell be going on with this sharing screen. I gotta see how I can get this thing to work. But I don't know what's going on with this restream. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. But I try to share my screen with this. Do you guys normally see my share when I share my screen on a normal basis? Because I don't know what's going on with this restream. But I read the number of cases, so hopefully you get to look at it. I will type in the sites on here, coronavirus.jhu.edu, and then you can subscribe to the New York Times COVID map. Subscription free. Yeah, I think I messed up. No problem. Anytime. But it is what it is with this whole COVID thing. But we do have a national response, and I believe President Biden has ordered. I saw it on my news feed. Has ordered about 200 vaccines, 200 million vaccines to come, I guess, by the spring or summer. Yeah, he is seeking to buy 200 million more doses of vaccines authorized to use in the United States. So Moderna and the Pfizer one. So which is not bad. I mean, that's a start. But there was a press conference today, and I'm just like, to the press corps. Y'all really on that bullshit? Why y'all wasn't asking about the stockpile mostly during the Trump administration? Y'all wait till the new administration came in. Y'all know this administration because they know the president was the former vice president. I mean, the vice president to the first African American president who led two pandemics. And y'all want to ask his administration, what you going to do? You promised this. You promised that. So let me just say this. The Biden and Harris administration just got there like a week ago. Joe Biden signed dozens of executive orders. I lost count. I lost how many that he signed. Nonetheless, to the press corps, y'all had all the smoke, exactly, Queen Line, for number 46 and the vice president, who will be soon number 47, hopefully. But Donald Trump, ooh, oh wow. But not surprising. But the Trump administration did not have enough in the stockpile. And I heard some of it they sold to China, from what Don is telling me. There was a shortage in the national stockpile. They said there was nothing in there when he got there. That's bullshit. Even though there was not a lot, a whole plethora, but there was something in there. And they dumped it out. They basically sold it. And when Jared Kushner, who has no experience in public policy or public health, asking about it's our stockpile. No, it's not yours. It's the country's stockpile. We pay for that shit. Not him. Not him. So this is like I don't get the press corps. And they're not the only ones that have smoke for the 46 and his administration. You got congressional Republicans in the House and the Senate talking about the unity. So I'm going to read Kevin McCarthy, the disgraced GOP House leader, because he's just an asshole. I never liked him in the first place. I thought he was a punk ass bitch. And whoever gets mad at me calling Kevin McCarthy a punk ass bitch, this live is not for you. So it's probably paid by Trump's debt. That's true. I'm trying to find out what Kevin McCarthy said. I heard about the Hakeem Jeffries thing. You know, that is absolutely insane. Our democracy is all fucked up. I mean, our branches of government has been on the verge of like split and partisan, more so during the Reagan administration, but it just got even worse. Donald Trump tapped into the white fear, the fear of white men losing their power. So he poked the bear, because I believe both chambers were already partisan, but the fact is that he like tapped into it just made it worse. It just made it worse. So I pray that Rep. Jeffries is okay. It was actually from the Rachel Maddow show. So she's not the only one that's saying that, because I saw it on my feed, and even my mother told me. And keep in mind, he lives in Brooklyn. So hopefully he got security in Brooklyn. Seriously. But Kevin McCarthy, yeah, he did expose it. I said that. Ooh, got the Jamaican lady mad. Democrats decided not to show up for work this week, yet found time to impeach a private citizen. Kevin McCarthy, they showed up to work. It just so happens they're impeaching the quote unquote private impeached citizen is because he incited an insurrection. He was going to kill off his succession from his vice president, his Mike Pence, all the way down to Mike Pompeo. Members of your party that he was going to kill. So, I would like Kevin McCarthy's bitch ass, who was mute this whole entire administration, to shut the fuck up. Punk ass bitch like Paul Ryan. But people just need to shut the fuck up. Talking about the unity, like they need to cut the shit out, these Republicans, because honestly, if y'all wanted Joe Biden to have unity, y'all will vote for every piece of legislation that Democrats propose in order to get this virus under control. So they are full of shit. And let me read some of your comments. If they were so smart, they should do a silent vote, and so Trump can't target anyone. Exactly. But like I said, Trump is doing all this because Trump is a bitch. He's all the way a punk. Like, he's acting like he's some tough guy. He never was a tough guy. She's not claiming that he's been threatened. There's sources. There's sources. But I will be happy to pull it up for you, Hard and Nine, so you can understand. Because there's been sources. There's sources. See, I gotta pause when I'm talking because I see a comment there and I have to make a correction. So one is the Daily Beast. It's been confirmed. Rep confirmed that he was unnamed congressman mentioned in the complaint. And they were also trying to get George Stephanopoulos. And yes, MSNBC did confirm it because Rachel confirmed it as well. And another news source, relatives of George Stephanopoulos and Rep. Hakeem Jeffries, they're both New Yorkers, by the way, were text threats on January 6th by a Californian Trump supporter who warned his followers after the election to be ready for war. He's been arrested and charged, and the story is shortly coming. That's another thing from Jonah Bromwich. And then the FBI, because since people saying like they need to cite citations, so I'm citing them for you. California man charged with making threats to direct it against a New York City-based congressman and a journalist, citing their statements about the results of the 2020 presidential election at New York FBI, at San Francisco FBI. Like how saucy can you get? And keep in mind, Hakeem Jeffries and stuff, like I said, George Stephanopoulos, they're New Yorkers. They both live in the city. So Donald Trump knew who he was coming after. New York Times, I'm going to cite this last source. A California man was arrested and charged with sending threatening text messages to relatives of George Stephanopoulos and Rep. Hakeem Jeffries on the same day that the pro-Trump mob stormed the Capitol, and federal prosecutors said. So this is all public knowledge. You can look this shit up yourself. Okay? All right. So I am about to be on to another topic. I got to see what my topic is because I got sidetracked. I was citing sources. So this impeachment, round 2. 45 GOP senators voted against to have a fair impeachment trial. I mean, they're all idiots. What do you expect? Look at the insurrection. They thought they was gonna go low and get off a jail, get out of jail free card. Think again. But back to this impeachment trial. 45 GOP senators voted against to have a fair trial. Not surprising from the 195, I believe, GOP senators who voted against impeaching Donald Trump. They're scared for their lives. How the fuck you're scared for your lives? It's a vote. Donald Trump is not the resident of the White House anymore. And then you got Josh Hawley texting the Trump family, whoever voted to impeach him, like Donald Trump gonna do something. Maybe his supporters may do something, but Donald Trump is a whole entire bitch because he says he's gonna be there with the insurrection. His ass wasn't there because he know he's a punk. Donald Trump never fought in his life. Donald Trump is scared of the Gambino family because he was a whole entire snitch back in the 80s. He was an informant for the FBI. And that story is public knowledge. But, yeah. I mean, let's just say this. These GOP senators are enablers of a white supremacist that was in the White House and his white supremacist supporters. There's white supremacists in our legislative body. There are conspiracy theorists. There are criminals in our legislative body on the GOP side. Yeah, absolutely, Don. So these and one of the QAnon ladies actually made threats back in 2019 to have Democrat congressional folks executed. So that's automatic expulsion, grounds for expulsion, at least, from my opinion. And giving tours, that's an expulsion, because you're inciting. You're part of the participation of inciting an insurrection. And then you got GOP senators like Joshua David Harley and Rafael Edward Cruz, who just continue just to be deplorable, and Randall Paul. And Randall Paul was the only senator, keep in mind, who was the first senator to have coronavirus last year and showed up with no mask and voting against to impeach, have a failed trial to impeach Donald Trump. I don't know if they're doing this to advance their political careers or to be, that's going to happen too. Trying to hold on to the quote unquote Trump base. May see an expulsion of the Senate, hopefully. Or may not see the Senate in the next year or two. Or the next year, I should say. Because 2022 is next year. I'm waiting for the expulsions because 5 Democrat senators already called for an investigation of Rafael Edward Cruz and Joshua David Harley to be expelled from the Senate and to probably not run for Senate again. Not to run for any political office ever again. But they have to get with this impeachment first. Unfortunately, you got to impeach, you got to get the fish that rots from the head, and that's Donald Trump. And then you have, to get to COVID, you got to also pass COVID legislation as well. So Democrats got to walk and chew gum at the same time. So they got a lot of work ahead of them. And if my advice to them, if I was advising a Democrat senator and everything, go nuclear. The way Mitch McConnell went nuclear today and saying that if Democrats pose this precedent, it will backfire on them, it will be scary. Keep in mind, Mitch McConnell was the one who went nuclear on Supreme Court judges and lower courts, stacked all far-right conservative judges. So Democrats have every opportunity to go nuclear. No more playing nice. And people may not like the interview yesterday with Chuck Schumer, but Chuck Schumer, there was one thing that stuck out that he said was he can't trust Mitch McConnell. So he's right about that. Can't trust him. And that includes him. Because the Senate, especially the Democrats in the Senate, are more unified than the Democrats in the House, which they got to get their fucking shit together. But the Democrats in the Senate are more unified. I don't have no sympathy for Trump. Maybe you have, and that's on you. But I have no sympathy for a con man. A con man that I knew growing up here in New York City. So this is like, for me, because I grew up here, Trump is getting his karma. It's been almost 50 years coming, but he's getting his karma. Donald Trump has skated so much. He has survived in terms of his life expectancy. I remember when he snitched on the Gambino family, as I said, when it came to casinos. He acted like he didn't know shit. When he tried to con the mob, when he conned other businesses and had to pay up, it was pay up or go to jail. Backed out of other contracts. The whole housing thing with the Nixon administration sued him. So Donald Trump basically skipped out on crime. So I'm kind of like, this is like, it's karma. 50-something years later almost. Yeah, Donald Trump is a joke. Trust me, all New Yorkers know what time it is with Donald Trump. New Yorkers, New Jerseyans, northern New Jerseyans, and folks from Southern Connecticut. from Southern Connecticut. They all know what kind of fucking asshole Donald Trump has always been. So we're not surprised. And people from Queens know he's an asshole. Of course, Manhattan, always. He tried to fit into Manhattan and it never worked for him. Just because he got his little raggedy building down a block from where I live at now, don't mean shit. His raggedy ass hotel, which is still dirty. People from, I'm from uptown, not too far from where I live. Yeah, the Bronx in Brooklyn. I don't know about them folks in Staten Island, but all other 4 boroughs, and even I could say Westchester. I could put Westchester in there, and Yonkers. Yep, them too. So, but this impeachment trial is supposed to happen on the 9th. Mitch McConnell wanted to happen a lot later, and Chuck Schumer said, "Hell no, it's going to happen within the next 2 weeks from today. It's bound to happen." Oh, the SDNY, if they get Trump CFO, is all she wrote. What's going on? Cy Vance and I think Tish James, I don't know if they're working together because the SDNY is in Manhattan. That's the district attorney's office, and then you have the state, which is upstate in Albany. She's been actually Trump's been investigated from that office for like almost 10 years, like over 10 years, from Eric Schneiderman, which before he resigned, and then the acting AG, and then now Tish James. So that office has been investigating him for the last 10 years. So Donald Trump is in deep water with New York State and with his nonprofit as well, because his nonprofit has been investigated along with Trump University. And Trump Organization has been investigated by the SDNY, so it's a wrap. So he doesn't run again. So, last thing I want to cover, because it is getting late and I have an early day tomorrow. So the ideologues. So people have been attacking me because I'm not like everybody else, or the new Democrat, the progressive Democrat. I've been called a centrist. I don't mind the word centrist, but don't apply that shit to me. I'm not a motherfucking centrist. I never was. Progressives, especially white progressives, love to call me a centrist. And I feel like when they say centrist, I feel like it's a dirty word. I feel like it's racist almost. And I am sick of the labels. I'm just a concerned voter who is concerned about the well-being of people and democracy and our institutions. I can't be a concerned voter. I have to be a progressive or be a centrist or be a moderate or be a liberal just to fit in. Because the answer is no. And when I got sidetracked from earlier, progressives, besides moderates and what is it? And conservatives want Joe Biden with unity. Progressives want cancel the student loan debt. Joe Biden just got into office a week ago. He got to tackle COVID first before he tackle anything else. It's not enough. Can you tackle COVID first? We had over 25 million cases, almost damn near 430,000 people dead, mostly black people. Can we get to that first? He's already deferring student loan debt. Can you get to that first? The COVID. But overall, I'm tired of those motherfuckers trying to label me. Like, one of them try to check me with New York politics. Like, I don't know the politics in my state. I know upstate, western upstate, and northern upstate, I know it's straight up Republican. I know from the downstate, it's straight up Democratic. I know the borough that I live in, which is in Manhattan, I know it's straight up Democratic. The only part in the city that's mostly Republican, is Staten Island. And a little bit of Queens. You don't know her district. I do. I have friends. I used to work in that district. I used to work in Astoria. So I know. Astoria is gentrified, actually. That's what saved Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's campaign. But anyway, I'm tired of people fucking labeling me. Stop the motherfucking labeling me. I hate it to the inch of my core. Especially from white progressives and even some of their black generals. Because you don't know my fucking politics. You don't know me. Well, obviously, their definition of progressivism is not actual progressivism. From a person that was a history minor in college in my undergrad, I actually studied policies, and also being a business major, studied policies. And there are stupid labels. I agree. Exactly. And we're going to see other problems. Trump judges are starting to block. Yeah. And there are vacancies on judicial stuff. So Democrats need to go nuclear. But what I was saying? Yeah, these progressives are not progressive, because progressivism means to promote social change. And their ideal social change, if your ideal social change is student loan cancellation debt and the Green New Deal and Medicare for all, you're sadly mistaken. It's more than that. It's what Joe Biden signed, the executive order that he signed, racial inequity. That's progressive policies. COVID relief, giving people stimulus money, that is progressive. And that $2,000 for the last motherfucking time. Kamala Harris was the senator who authored the bill. Let's see what it's called so people can cut their fucking bullshit. I got to see what the name of the bill is, because there's the name, and I almost forgot what the name of the bill is. But this is her bill. Kamala Harris of California rolled out legislation that Friday. This was way back before she became a candidate, that will provide monthly payments for $2,000. The bill also adds an extra $2,000 per child on top of the initial payment, and will begin to phase out for individuals who make more than $100,000 and married couples earning $200,000, according to a 10-page text review by NBC News. The payment was zero for individuals who make less than $120,000 and couples making twice that. See, I'm struggling. I'm having an issue with. I'm gonna have to have a special live on what the fuck progressive is. Like, it's no disrespect to anybody. It just frustrates me when a term that I studied in school is being bastardized by people that don't look like me. And it frustrates me for a person who had a class on social movement almost 15 years ago, like 14 years ago around this time. I was a junior in college 14 years ago, like the second semester of my junior year. And just when people get the term progressive wrong, it bothers me. It literally bothers me. I'm sorry if you don't like what I'm saying. I don't know what to tell you, but it really it just frustrates the fuck out of me. Like hearing people like the fucking TYNTs of the world and the fucking what is it, the Sam Cedars and the Jimmy Dores and the Katie Hoppers and the Brianna Grays. That's not progressive. That's a fucking cult. So there will be a special live soon, maybe not on this platform, but on my Instagram, where I break down what progressive actually means. Because universal healthcare, universal healthcare was actually, introduced mostly by Ted Kennedy and then by Hillary Clinton as well. The Brady Bill, gun reform, that's another progressive thing. Once then Senator, now President Joe Biden. Criminal justice reform, that was Kamala Harris. So it's just like it bothers the whole fuck out of me to hear these young white leftists who I never fucking heard of, like a day in my life, just reinventing the word progressive. It bothers me. It bothers my soul. I'm gonna read some of your comments before I'm about to turn it. They never give Kamala Harris credit for the bill she sponsored or work she did. That is so true, and that bothers me a lot. Plus, they want the slice of the pie before black people get it, and trying to make us absolutely. And all they see is money in the treasury, and they want to spend it. And yeah, agreed. But overall, there's just a lot of things in politics in both parties that just frustrates me. And especially when people bastardize terms of progressivism, it really just bothers me. The Brady Bill was actually more okay, see, I'm gonna get off this side because I feel myself getting mad. But you guys have a good night and be blessed. Because I feel myself losing my temper and I can't lose my temper. You have a good one.